Hi YouTube, it's Erin. It is Monday, July 22nd, 2013. I am here for my week 23 post-op update. I had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy on February 11th, 2013. I am here with some mixed emotion today. Yesterday I was super duper excited because I got on the scale as I do every Sunday morning, and I weighed in at 298.2 pounds, which I finally made it into Twonderland. Super, like I said, so super excited about that. I posted on Facebook that I honestly don't remember when in my adulthood I was in the 200s. So to have my weight starting with a 2 was just crazy to me, and so exciting. Finally made it out of the 3s, and you know, I obviously have already made it out of the 4s at this point, but I can't tell you when I have weighed this little. In the last 10 years, I really have no idea. The only thing I can tell you is I remember vividly a conversation I had with my old PCP, primary care physician, if you don't know what PCP is. And at that time, I want to say it was about 8 to 10 years ago. And at that time, I was inquiring about going to speak to somebody about the lap band, and he talked me out of it pretty much. He told me that, you know, he really thought that I could do this on my own and all that nonsense, I say. And at that point, I was over 350 pounds because, you know, the scales where you move the weight across the little bar, the old-fashioned scales, that only go up to 350 pounds. I was too heavy to even be weighed on it. So, you know, at that point, it should have sent up some sort of red flag for him that I needed to go, that I need an intervention, and that he probably should have sent me to a surgeon at that point, but he didn't. And again, I probably had to be mentally ready to do it anyways, and I certainly was not back then. I was too much of a kid to even wrap my head around this stuff. So, anyway, but as I said, I come to you with mixed emotions because I went to my surgeon's office this morning for my 6-month checkup, and I am a little early for it. I actually am 3 weeks early, but because my vacation is starting, not this coming Saturday, but a week from this Saturday, and I would be away. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting notifications on my, oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, so I would be away for my actual 6-month surgiversary, and then she was going to be on vacation the 2 weeks after I came back, so I wouldn't have been able to get until September, and they actually wanted to do my blood work beforehand, so that is why I went early today. So when I went to the doctor's office, I hopped on the scale all excited, thinking, oh, I'm 298, 301. So mad. So mad. I can't even. I was like, really? Really? Now, this is now the 3rd scale that I've been on that has not, well, I'm sorry, it's only the 2nd scale, but I've weighed differently on 3 different scales now. But at my primary's office back in June, I was a couple of pounds off from what my home scale was saying, but when I told her how upset I was about it, she did tell me that their scale was 4 pounds over. So that was about right, because then I was about a half a pound off, which could have just been, you know, water weight towards the end, because I saw her after work, so it was at the end of the day. It could have been any water I was retaining from the work day, or that I drank, or anything like that. Who knows? But so then I get on the scale today, and I was 3 pounds different, and I'm like, you know, God darn it. Why? So anyway, but you know what? I've always weighed myself on this scale that I have here at home. It's the scale that I've used since the beginning of my surgery or of my journey, and I'm just gonna go by that. I'm going to stick with the 298.2. So, with that being said, I have lost a total of 111.8 pounds since my surgery day. And I found out today when I asked the doctor, actually I'm seeing an APRN now, her name is Lindsay, and as I've mentioned, my surgeon, Dr. Bell, he left the practice here at Yale, and he now is in northern New Jersey. He started up a new bariatric program there, so I'm seeing an APRN for now. I will see Dr. Bell. I'm going to New Jersey in February when I go see him for my 1 year visit, but until then I'm going to follow up here with the APRN at the office. So I asked her just to go back into my record and just to get my highest recorded weight, and when she did, it was 448 pounds, which is what I was when I first started to look into surgery. So if I use that, I have lost a total of 149.8 since my highest recorded weight. And that is like the size of my sister. I think my sister weighs about 150 pounds. So it's crazy for me to even think that I have lost that much. And it's great, all in the same token. So, you know what? 301, 298, is it really that big a deal? Not really. I'll be happy when I'm 280 and far away from the 300, so I can't possibly go back into it. But for now, I'm happy that I have lost a considerable amount of weight in a fairly short period of time. I'm thankful every day that I had this surgery and that I am doing as well as I am. And that's that. Also, I had my blood work done. I had my blood drawn last week, and we went over the results today. Everything came back fine, thankfully. My iron levels were good. My protein levels were good. B12 was good. Zinc, which I have no idea what the zinc has to do with anything, that was good. And my glucose was 92, which is actually in perfectly normal range. If you have followed any of my other videos, you probably saw that I was diagnosed with diabetes back in October 2012. And at that time, my glucose came back around 306, I want to say. It was definitely near 300, and I think 306 was the number. When I had my pre-op blood work done back in January, it came back at 172, I want to say. And that was after being on metformin for 4 months at that point, 3 months at that point. So it really hadn't even come down that much at that point. So for it to be in normal range right now is fantastic. As I've mentioned before, it was when I was diagnosed with diabetes that I decided that something had to be done and that I had to move forward with having weight loss surgery. So, also my hypertension that I was on lisinopril for has resolved. My blood pressure was normal today at 124/80. It was 160/92, 94. It was in the 90s, whatever it was. And that was pretty scary. Scary to think that I was walking around pretty much as a ticking time bomb at that point. You know, had I stayed on the track I was on, I probably would not have lived past 50. And right now, like I said, I am on the road to being a much healthier person. 2 comorbidities resolved at this point. And again, couldn't be happier about it. The only thing that she wants me to change, she said that I no longer, thankfully, have to take the stupid Flintstone vitamins with iron that I have been taking since surgery. She said that I can definitely start to take just a Centrum now, and just to check the label, make sure that there is a percentage of iron in it. I do actually still have some of the Bariatric Advantage iron chewables. So I'm just going to go through those first, and I have some regular multivitamins that do not have a high iron content, so I'll just mix those together for now until they're gone, and then I'll start on the Centrum after that. I have to continue with the calcium and vitamin D. My vitamin D levels were fine, which she wasn't surprised at since she said that I obviously have been in the sun, but that we will check them again in the winter time. But as long as I keep taking the, I go between Viactive and Caltrate at this point. Those are the two that I have been taking. She said as long as I continue on them, I should be just fine. So I will do that. Also, in case you, and I did already know this, but I'll mention it just because it's fresh in my head. If you guys don't already know, you cannot combine your calcium with your multivitamin with iron because iron is a binding element, and you will not absorb the calcium if you take it with your multivitamin. So, as I have already done, I take my multivitamin in the morning before I leave for work, and then I take the calcium probably about 11 o'clock, and then again I take my multivitamin with dinner, and I take the calcium before I go to bed, just so that it's spread about 12 hours throughout the day, which leads to better absorption and all that good stuff. So, in case you didn't know, now you know. Don't take it all together. Oh, I talked to her about my hair loss. She said that unfortunately there's really nothing to do about it, and that it will stop eventually, but it could take up to 18 months. Now, I cannot deal if I continue to lose hair till 18 months. Most people say that it stops between 8 and 12 months. So right now I'm at 6. So I still have quite some time. I hope that it does slow down at some point. The biotin is not helping at all. I am losing a good amount of hair with each time I wash my hair, which at this point is usually about twice a week because I'm afraid to even wash it more than that. And I don't know, whatever. Nothing I can do about it, I guess. If anybody has any suggestions on how I can stop, please comment below because I am willing to try anything at this point. Oh, it's killing me. I was like, I'm thankful that I can still put pom-pom on top of my head, but otherwise it's getting really thin around the crown. Awful. She also gave me a prescription for omeprazole, which is the generic of like Prilosec, for my acid reflux. She said that I will take a double dose for the next month, once in the morning, once in the evening, and then after that try just once a day, and hopefully it will resolve. If it does not resolve in the next couple of months, she will send me for an endoscopy. Because there are cases where when your stomach heals after surgery, that the pyloric sphincter, which is at the bottom end of your stomach before your intestines, can stricture a little, which means that it tightens up a bit, which means that the flow of acid is not normal, and it backs up and it kicks back up towards the esophagus, which might be what is happening. But the endoscopy will tell them if that is the case, and if it is the case, they can stretch out that sphincter a little. I hate that word, sphincter, but that's what it is. It's anatomy, people. So, anyway, that's the case with the acid reflux, which I told her is just annoying at this point. I have it just about every day. Sometimes I think it's resolved, and then it kicks back in, and I don't know. So, excuse me. Anyway, I'm sorry. I will pick up that prescription tomorrow and start on it. Where am I? At 14 minutes. Alright, I guess that's probably all I'm going to talk about in this video. There is something else I want to speak about. Just some mixed feelings I have towards stuff, but like I said, I'll save that for another video. I'm not going to bore you guys with it right now, and it's going to take me way too long to talk about it. So, with that being said, I hope everybody, oh, wait, let me just tell you about my week. I am going to see Bon Jovi on Thursday night at Giant Stadium in New Jersey, and I am a big time Bon Jovi fan. I have been since I was in the 4th grade. So when Slippery When Wet came out, and if that ages me at all, sorry. So I'm going with my best friend and my sister, and we are actually meeting another one of our friends who lives in New York. She's going to meet us down there. So we are going to that on Thursday, and then it's that same friend's birthday on Friday. So we're also going to go see OAR in concert on Friday night here in Connecticut. So I'm going to be a busy little bee this week. I'm also preparing for vacation next week, and I have a ton of work that I'll probably have to do this weekend. So got to fit those workouts in and get some sleep and all that nonsense. So with that, I will end this video for today, and I will talk to you guys hopefully later in the week. Maybe discuss just a little where I'm at mentally with a few things, and that's it. I hope that everybody had a great weekend. Welcome again to any of my new subscribers. To my old subscribers, thank you for continuing to watch. I hope that your journey is going well for you, and I will talk to you guys soon, okay? Have a great week, everyone.